spiritual wickedness in high places.
Let's get into it. So it's been about 5 years since I've renounced Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated out of my heart, out of my mind, out of my soul, out of my being. I want to first say to the people who are in these fraternities and sororities, y'all are great people in God's eyes. Some of y'all are still my friends, like I said previously. Some of y'all wouldn't even have been picked if the light of God was not so obvious on you. That is what drew some people to even choose you to be a part of these fraternities and sororities.
And in this video, I'm going to be talking about denouncing AKA and Greek life in general, and how as a previous member and also being a Christian, how these things do not align, how there's a lot of conflict between the two, and to be quite frank, just how it really does go against what God has left for us, right, in his word. And so I'm going to do that through kind of a hybrid of things. So it's going to be, yes, my personal experience, as I feel like that's powerful and that's my testimony, but more so too the general experience that you will have if you come into this organization.
It was more so the sisterhood. So I came from a small family. I didn't really have sisters and brothers that I was close to. So I really like the sisterhood and the camaraderie and the community service, because I'm big about serving. Even before then, I was big about serving, volunteering, feeding the homeless, stuff like that. So I'm just a servant at heart, been that way like most of my life. So I love the community service and the sisterhood. It wasn't the colors that drew me in, because I was nowhere pink and green anyway.
But just really quickly, just being Nigerian, I was just like, oh, okay, you know, there's a bunch of Nigerians that I look up to that are AKAs, that are Greek. Most of the guys are alphas, most of the girls are AKAs. Basically all of them are extremely successful. So I was just like, you know, why not? You know what I mean? So I went ahead and joined AKA my freshman year. And before I get into this, I was not planning on denouncing, neither was I planning on giving my life to Christ. I did both of those things simultaneously, December 12th of 2018. And let's get into the video.
And so many things have been trying to come against me to stop me from making this video. So I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, that I am officially denouncing my membership and affiliation from all Greek letter organizations. And to be honest, y'all, this is a very hard decision that I had to make. It's a very selfless decision, and it's something that I know came directly from the Lord. He has been convicting me of this for quite some time. Over a year to be exact, and I was really trying to hold on. I was like, Lord, do I really gotta do this? And if I do it, do I really gotta speak up about it? And he was like, well, you know, you was being that public with the organization, so you need to be that public with me. And Jesus said in the word that if we deny him before man, then he will deny us before his Father who is in heaven. And I don't want to be denied by the Lord. I don't want to be denied by God. So I'm gonna just be obedient to my Father in heaven, to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and to the Holy Spirit, who has been guiding me in truth and showing me in the word why God has convicted me of this. And that's really the basis of my whole decision. And I also just want to be set free from the covenant that I made with this organization and the God that it represents.
So fast forward, 2017, I get saved, and I had a radical encounter with Jesus, and he audibly spoke to me, like God audibly spoke to me and told me to basically leave everything behind and follow him. And I said yes. And so 2019, I found myself packing up my life from one city and moving to another city, and pursuing Jesus in the means of doing ministry. So I enrolled into a Bible college. I moved my whole life here, and this is where I'm currently at. I'm still doing an internship here, but outside of that, I just pursued the Lord. I stopped pursuing my master's to pursue ministry, and I knew this is what God was calling me to do. And so my first year, we're taking this class on prayer. It was a class on prayer and teaching us how to pray, and well, not really how to pray, but how to pursue God in your prayers, and where your authority lies, and spiritual warfare, and how to target your prayers, and praying in the Bible, biblical prayers, and just everything you can think of. Prayer. So the class was literally called prayer, and it was led by a wonderful teacher. He is super amazing, and I had the honor of even interning with him this year. But my first year, it was a few classes in, and it's gonna be a lot, so y'all keep up. But as I said, when I moved here, I wasn't financially active, so that means I wasn't attending meetings, I wasn't doing that, but I was still attached to the sorority. People still knew me to be somebody that was a part of the sorority, my friends, my family, and things like that. But when I came to ministry school, it was one of those things of like, follow me even more into the wilderness. And I was like, all right, Jesus, we're here. So we're in this class, and I specifically remember it was one day, and he was talking about Masons, and we were going over demonology, we were going over authority in the spirit, we were going over all of these things. I remember sitting on the front row, and I remember the night before at service, My pastor, he preached a word, and then basically the word revolved around Psalms. And then the Psalm that David wrote, search me, Lord, point out anything in me that's offensive to you. You know me, search me and reveal anything. So I'm like praying this prayer at the altar, and I'm like, do I hear anything? I don't know, Jesus. And I just said, well, Lord, you'll reveal whatever it is in my heart or that's in my life that's not pleasing to you, that's offensive to you, and all of these things. And I prayed that prayer, and that was it.
I joined AKA in 2015, and it was a fun time. I met awesome people, and it was great on some levels. And a lot of the women that I made relationships with then, I'm still friends with. Like I met some of my dearest friends in this organization. So this video is not in any way to bash the members or to to come for anybody or anything like that. What I'm coming for is the devil in Jesus' name. So
I'm over here about to lay it on down, about to call it a night, but since I've been doing this research about the Divine Nine and stuff like that, aside from like the probates and stuff like that, I've been seeing this trend where you got a bunch of videos of girls and of guys talking about how they denounced their letters, or they denounced their organization or whatever. They denounced their fraternity or their sorority. And it's always because they decided to be Christian. It always has a Christian undertone to it. And I seen one video, then I seen another, and then I started to kind of see a pattern. It's like, wait, so where are the conscious brothers and sisters who are doing their shadow work? They've gotten to know their inner child. They're on this path of realizing who the God in them or the goddess in them are. And that's the reason why they decided to denounce their fraternity or sorority. And then I started to do a survey, because most of the people that I know who are on this path for real, either they were never able to join, because certain things, fate just wouldn't let them join, or B, they didn't go to college. So they had no way to join, or C, they went to college, they thought about joining, but they just never got around to doing it. So then it hit me because I started watching these videos, and they all got the same origin story. These are people, they graduated from high school. They wanted to be a part of what was popping in the college. And some of the women, when they graduated from high school, they wanted to be a part of something that's going to elevate them socially. They wanted to be a part of something that would elevate them not only socially, but something that their family can be proud of and stuff like that. None of the videos that I watched of these people, none of them said that they joined these fraternities or they joined the sorority because they was going through a spiritual awakening and they wanted to learn some deep knowledge that you just can't find out in the open, out. And then the main reason why they ended up denouncing was because, once they got into, deep into the process of becoming these sororities or becoming these fraternities, they got exposed to deep information and deep things that spiritually they was just not ready for. they was just not ready for. So now, this is my question. If these are just college students and they just want to, be a part of something that represents Black excellence, they want to be a part of something that's going to help the community. They just want to be a part of something that's giving back to the community and all of this type of stuff. And they're not going through, a spiritual awakening, or, they're not trying to learn deep, dark knowledge or all of these type of things. Then my question is, if that's the reason why they joined, or that's the reason why they're expressing interest to join, then why is it that these organizations are introducing these particular people to the deep, dark knowledge that they're not even ready for? But then I had to think about it, because this isn't just with fraternities and sororities. This has a lot to do with everything when we're talking about the different career paths that require for you to, as the result, you make a lot of money. Even when we look at things like athletics, and when we look at Hollywood, the bigger you go up, you just want to sing, you just want to rap. But then you got to go to these different parties, and you got to get privy to certain information, and you got to be a part of certain rituals, and you got to be a part of certain things that, it end up messing you up. Cause you like, damn, like, I ain't know that I got to go through all of this just to rap and make a lot of money. I ain't know that to be a part of the movie industry that makes the AAA movies that's eligible for Oscars and eligible for Emmys, and I didn't know that I gotta do all of this just so I can get my album out, just so I can get my movie out. And then that's when you have your whistleblowers. Now it's a difference between the whistleblowers, or the people who want to denounce, when you get up to that realm, because a lot of those people, they end up mysteriously dying. They end up mysteriously, getting locked up for life. And, when they get out of jail, they ain't the same person that they were when they got in, and all of that stuff. You won't be alive to make a YouTube video talking about why you denounced being a part of the secret society that's has to do with Hollywood, and exposing the different things that comes with that. But then I had to think about it, because I can't sit up here and just gloss over the fact that this is what I do. I break down these celebrities and stuff like that on a astrological and on an energetic and spiritual level. And one of the main things that I saw in my research was that a lot of these artists, even though they had a talent to sing, or they had a talent to do certain things, the reason why a lot of these artists crashed and burned like they did was because at the end of the day, when you get in the limelight of Hollywood and stuff like that, you get elevated to a god or goddess like state too early to the point where, you haven't even really done any type of shadow work. You don't really know who you are like that. And you're prematurely upgraded. You're prematurely elevated to a god or goddess like state. And, you just like you doing anything premature is not gonna end well in any type of front. Because I had to think about it. You know, when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, I wasn't thinking about no spiritual awakening. You know, I wasn't thinking about that. I just wanted to get out of my mom and dad house, and I just wanted to party. You know, I just wanted to have fun. You know, I wanted to be a part of whatever was popping at the college that I was at. I didn't start my spiritual awakening process until I was almost in my 30s. So now it's starting to make sense. It's starting to make sense why you're seeing a influx of these I'm denouncing my letters, and I'm denouncing this, I'm denouncing that, you know. And, you know, when it comes to the black sororities and when it comes to the black fraternities and stuff like that, let's be honest, there's not really a consequence or repercussion for doing that, you know, because I mean, let's be honest, you know, if things are the way that they say when it comes to this, that means that when you joined this fraternity, when you joined this sorority, you was given certain secret information. It's kind of like, you know, you joining the army, or it's like you're joining like the military or something like that. And then you get out and then you say, I denounce the military. I denounce my rank or whatever. And then you start making videos talking about all the top secret missions and all the top secret things that you were doing, all the top secret information about different things that the public, or, you know, like the way they call them, the civilians, don't have no business knowing about. Do you know how quickly that person will get found somewhere stinking? You know, somewhere unalived, somewhere deleted. If someone that's in that type of organization does something like that, think about in the past all the you know, the people that were in certain secret societies, and, you know, people that had certain clearances, top secret clearances and stuff like that, and they came out and denounced their involvement with the government, and then they started telling a lot of the top secret information that is the source for a lot of the, you know, consciousness, conspiracy theory movement. And notice how most of those people are not here with us right now in the land of the living. So because of that, number one, that should show you, when it comes to the grand scheme of things, the organizations that you need to be a part of, when it comes to the grand scheme of things, it shows you the hierarchy on the totem pole that the black sororities and fraternities are. And this should also make you think this one thing, you know, this one thought. If these fraternities and sororities are, you know, just about showing black excellence, you know, academic empowerment, academic achievement, helping the community and things like that, why can't it just be that? You know, why can't it just be, you know, I got good grades, you know, you take some type of test, you know, you take some type of thing to judge your character, you know, I'm a good-hearted person, you know, I have good character, I got good grades, you know, I got people to vouch for my good character and things like that. And this is why I feel that I will be perfect to join a organization to where this is y'all moniker. Why can't it be just that, straight down the middle, no rituals, no possible hazing, you know, no secret dark information, no bowing down to altars, you know, all of the other crazy things that I done heard in these videos. Why can't it just be, I'm a black person, I got a good heart, I want to help the community, I want to show, I want to reflect the same black excellence as the forefathers of the organization. Why can't it just be just that, straight down the middle? Or is it something else that's not being told, and that something else is what the true mission for these organizations were all along, and all the politically correct things that are displayed on the outward level is just a front, so that the real purpose of these organizations will never be found out? Kind of makes you think, don't it?